What are some cheat codes you found in the game of life? If you have no complaints about your food service staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay a compliment and a thank you about the server, host, staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks, appetizers, chips, % off my bill, all for just making a polite comment to management. You probably caused many heart attack until they realized you wanted the manager for good reasons. I cannot overstate how much dressing well and being well groomed will impact your life. It'll drop the difficulty by 2 or 3 levels. No joke. People will treat you vastly differently. The opposite is also true. Compliment your children with "you are a hard worker" and not "you're smart." Studies show that kids who think they're hard workers outperform kids who think they're smart. To seem charming, all you have to do a lot of the time is to be an engaged listener. You don't need an amazing sense of humor to be able to lay on the compliments or regale people with stories. Just listen to other people in a way that shows you are interested and not only waiting for your turn to talk. Make eye contact. Don't interrupt them. Don't turn the conversation to be about you. Ask good questions. Edit. I just want to add, as per many comments here, that being engaged listener is not the same as being a sort of conversational doormat, where you have to allow people to drone on and on about things that don't interest you, annoy you, offend you, or drain you. Merely suffering through an encounter is pretty much the opposite of what I'm talking about. It's about letting yourself be interested in and learn from other people and not focus so much on feeling like you have to be an entertainer. And being an engaged listener is really the opposite of the person who just listens and never wants to talk about themselves. You are putting yourself into the conversation with your interested responses. You are guiding it to places you find interesting. Just suffering through boring conversations is not engaged listening. Underpromise and overperform. Say you'll achieve less than you think you will, and then do more and everyone will be impressed. Works well at a job. I always tell my girlfriend to be ready for 2 minutes of terrible sex. Oftentimes, I make it up to 4 minutes of just bad sex. When someone says something true, say "you're right," not "I know." It'll make them feel better and you've still shown everyone how awful clever you are. "I love you, you're right." Works every time. And the opposite of that is the Socratic method. When someone says something you think is wrong, ask them questions to see why they believe. There is 2 possible outcomes. They end up explaining it via some contradiction or ridiculous assumption, and the belief probably was wrong, and getting them to explain it increases their chances they'll actually change their mind. They actually do explain it. It makes sense, and I learn something new. Either way, it's important to remember that a good definition of rational is trying to prove yourself wrong. If we want to make smart choices and have accurate beliefs, we have to challenge ourselves and at least try to weed out all the wrong beliefs before they become dumb choices. If you are genuinely pleasant to be around and you show up when it counts, people will let you get away with a lot of slacking off. Can confirm, one of the reasons my boss puts up with a lot of my is because I do my job. I show up when scheduled, unless I'm sick as a dog or have a family emergency, and I don't cause drama. If you tuck a chicken's head under its wing and wave the chicken in a circle, it will automatically fall asleep. It's not a very good cheat code, but it's still a cheat code to get you sleeping chickens. Reminds me of a video I saw of a farmer that knew a certain chicken language to make them all hide under a tree. You don't have to always give away the recipe. By that I mean, don't over-explain yourself. If you can do something 9 out of 10 times, it's okay to simply say, "Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. Can't swing it this time," etc. You don't have to go on and on about why, or make up reasons and listen them off. Over-explaining just ends up looking more suspect than simply being clear and concise. You become the people you surround yourself with. Guess I'm a nobody. A pretty wise ex-drug user I worked with once told me, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. Basically, watch the crowd and the activities you surround yourself with. Ask questions about everything. Ask people about themselves. Be open about stuff you don't understand and ask questions about that. When you forget someone's name, own up to it and just ask them. I'm amazed at how many people won't acknowledge even a tiny amount of ignorance or won't show honest curiosity about something. Can't admit they've forgotten something they feel is important and won't ever ask for help. Guys, your life becomes so much easier if you just drop the ego and ask. The best advice I've ever received was from my grandmother. I was a talkative child and would ask questions non-stop. When I apologized for asking so many one day, she looked me straight in the eye and said, "Never stop asking questions." The correct response to any compliment is "thank you." You can then follow it up with a comment if you'd like to continue the conversation. If someone likes your dress, "Thank you, it has pockets." If someone compliments your art, "Thank you, I've been practicing." If someone asks if you are a professional singer because you have a good singing voice, "Thank you, I just sing for fun." Not only does it make you seem confident and self-assured, it tells them that they are right. That's a friendly thing to do. This even works if you don't believe the compliment, saying, "Oh no, I'm ugly." When someone compliments your appearance, not only tells them that they're wrong, it makes you think of yourself as ugly. A better answer would be, "Thank you, I really appreciate that, and I don't always believe it, so hearing that from you helps." Walk with a purpose. For some reason, people think you are busy, and you don't get hassled. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat, and in a few minutes my coat is toasty warm, so I can brave the coldest day. Also toss your jeans in the dryer for 15 minutes on a cold morning and you will have similarly warm jeans. It's a nice perk if you have guests over too. Also, people like talking about themselves. When you meet someone, just ask them questions about their lives or the things they've done. If you have enough questions, you won't ever run out of things to talk about during the conversation, and they walk away feeling so heard. Plus, then you know more about them, and next time you see them, you will have even more to talk about or follow up on. "Hey, last time I saw you, you were mentioning this thing at your job. How did that go?" etc. Doing your own research, especially on the important stuff. You would be amazed about the bad information people use to make life choices. If you are punctual, smartly dressed, and quite friendly, you can actually get pretty far in most jobs without being that good at anything or trying very hard. As an adult, you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running, and they will. Man, you know way better kids than I do. I'm an assistant teacher in preschool, asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. My first school had the concept of different hats, so if you were told to put your listening hat on, you would pretend to put a hat on, and it was time to listen. Worked a dream. If any website offers a percentage coupon code like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off. They often had them. Yeah, I'm going straight for 100% off and working my way down from there. Try 200% off and see if they'll actually pay you to take their product. Just be nice, particularly to people in the service industry. Your job, your personal interactions, even your calls into customer service will go 100% easier if you're just nice to people and recognize that they're probably just trying to do their job, not screw you over. Be very nice, and if you are trying to get a refund or something wasn't to your liking, always go for the disappointed routine and not the angry routine. At least in my own personal experience, businesses are much more responsive to this. When married, don't stop treating your significant other like you did when you were trying to win them over. It's a great way to show them you are still as infatuated with them as you were when you first met. Faking confidence usually leads to actually being more confident. All of the phrase "fake it till you make it." It's incredible how much success is a byproduct of just acting confident about whatever you are doing. Pause, like wait. When asked a question or engaging in idle conversation and someone is speaking, do not immediately begin your reply. When they stop speaking, they usually aren't done. Listen, don't wait to speak. Thanks a lot for watching and don't forget to watch other videos.